Hello? Hey guys, it's Conan, and welcome to another favorites video. This is the second installment of the summer favorites series. I guess there'll be one more installment. Actually, UCLA starts really late, so I guess most of you guys will already be in school by the time September comes around. Anyways, this is the second installment of all the things that I like during summer. As you could probably assume, the summer has a lot more downtime than during the normal school year, so I've kind of been wasting a lot more time and discovering a lot more things. So my list has a little bit more of like a diverse catalog than normal. Before we get started, I'm actually super pleased to announce that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Hey! Skillshare is an online learning community for creators, that's you, with more than 15,000 classes in design, photo, and much more. Everyone can take a class, try a project, or even teach a class themselves. Premium membership begins around $10 a month for unlimited access to every single class on it. I am currently watching Learn How to Mix with Young Guru because lately I've been making a lot more demos on Logic Pro and I don't really know the basics, and so he's teaching me the basics of Logic. As you guys know, I don't do sponsorships very often, so I would never ever promote something that I don't like, but I think that Skillshare is a perfect opportunity for you guys. One of the questions I get asked the absolute most on my YouTube channel is how I edit videos and how I learned how to edit videos, and Skillshare very conveniently has tons and tons of classes on video editing and Final Cut Pro, which is the software that I use to edit my videos. It's hard to be creative when you don't know how to make the things that are in your brain. And with Skillshare, you can learn how to make those things by actual professionals and in order and thoroughly. And lucky for you, the first 500 people who click the link in the description below get a free 2-month trial. Thank you, Skillshare. Let's get into my fashion favorites. First up is this blue crop top tee thing. So this is actually a woman's shirt. As you guys know, when I go thrift shopping, I look in both the male and female section because sometimes you find things like this. From here, you can't really tell, but what I really love about it is it has this kind of tall neckline, and obviously it's made for women, so it's this kind of interesting cut that you don't really see in male clothing very often. It's definitely more of like a fall piece, so I haven't worn it much during this summer, but I'm super glad that I found it, and I can't wait to wear it when it starts getting cold in California, or colder. It doesn't get cold that often in California, but I love it. It just has this kind of cool vintage style that I haven't seen in clothing in a very long time. Next up are these vintage sunnies. These are very pretentious. These are Prima eyeglasses from I Buy Direct, but I put a black tint on them, that way they're sunglasses. They kind of make me feel like a rude Parisian, or maybe like a grandmother who has a fountain at her house. I've been seeing glasses like this a bit more on social media lately, but I haven't seen it much, so I want to make it a thing because I love them. I think they're super sick. The site that I got them from, I Buy Direct, always has sales, so if they're not having a sale right now, just like wait a bit and I guarantee you can probably get these for a lot cheaper. And I just love them. Very vintage, very shishi. Next is this shirt and this shirt. They are these kind of like striped golfer tee type t-shirts. I see shirts like these in thrift stores all the time. They're always around and they almost always seem to be in primary color, so I always end up picking them up anyways, no matter even if I have ones that are already exactly like this. But the past month I got this one, and I just love the way they look. They're very schoolboy vibes, and that's kind of like one of the aesthetics that I have, so I just feel like they're really cool. Something about stripes like these just really evokes a kind of Americana style, and I'm really into that. Last fashion favorite, I'm only going to show you for 0.3 seconds because I kind of don't want you guys to get used to seeing this until it's in something. But basically, I got this really cool jacket. It was in my last vlog if you want to see it for more than 3 seconds, but I don't want you guys to get used to seeing it because I bought this jacket specifically for my music video, for my single that's coming out in August. I talk about it in every video because I'm like crazy excited about it, but I bought that for that. So I want you guys to act shocked when you see it. I just had to show you guys because it's super amazing. I don't want you guys to see it that much, but I just showed it in my last video, so I don't know why I'm being secretive. Just let me do my thing, okay? Next up are my music faves. First on the list is a band or artist named The Japanese House. I just found them about a week ago, and I'm absolutely obsessed with all their music. It just blew my mind. Their music style is very unique. It's not really like anything I've heard in the music industry at the moment. It's definitely very calming, but I think the best word I can use to describe it is very contemplative. Like, it just feels like thinking, and it's the type of music that I listen to while I'm driving around at night. It's super dreamy. It's really hard to explain in words. I would totally check them out if you're into kind of alternative music. Next up is the song Drew Barrymore by SZA. I actually had to look up how to say her name because it's SZA. Something about the tone of this song is just so interesting and so different. SZA's music in general is really freaking cool. She released an album a couple months ago, I would say, and I just got around to listening to it, and all the attention she's getting right now, she totally deserves. She's making incredible music, and the song Drew Barrymore specifically is kind of like the perfect breakup song I'd expect. I've never been through a breakup, and I'm not going through one right now, but I just feel like it's the perfect song I would want to listen to while I'm breaking up. She's a badass lady, and I feel like I'd let her punch me in the face. Her music makes me want to punch someone in the face too. It's just, I don't know. Just listen to it. Next up is a song named I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish. You guys already know how much I talk about Billie Eilish. She's just a great artist. Definitely one of my favorite artists the past year. Every single song she releases blows my mind. She's almost completely genreless. Like, every single song is very different. The only running theme really is her voice, which is very beautiful, by the way. I'm actually seeing her live in October. Excited. I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore is pretty melancholy, but I adore the tune. It kind of has remnants of like 50s crooner music, and I think my favorite part of all of her music ever is her lyrics. The lyrics are always so smart, and I wish I'd come up with all of them. If you haven't checked her out after I've mentioned her like 5 times, get on it. I'm obviously telling you she's good, so why aren't you listening to her? Next up is a song named New Rules by Dua Lipa. I've loved her for a very long time, since Be The One. I don't have much to say about this song. It's a massive bop of a song. It's also a song that makes me want to punch a boy in the face, like punch an F-boy in the face. And the music video is super creative and super fantastic, and you know I love music videos, so just check it out. Just do it. Last up are my entertainment favorites. First on my list, with an overwhelming dance, is the movie Baby Driver. I watched Baby Driver in the theaters 3 times. That may be normal for some people, but I am not the type of person who watches a movie more than once, and definitely not the type of person who watches a movie more than once in theaters. But I watched it 3 times, which is proof of how much I freaking loved this movie. The movie is about this guy named Baby, who is played by Ansel Elgort, and in the movie he is a heist driver. He basically helps criminals escape after robbing banks by driving them into safety, basically. The whole movie is about his life and how he got to the place that he was now, and kind of how he escaped the crime world, and he falls in love in it, so that's always good. Gotta have a love plot. I'm gonna admit, the movie is definitely violent, so if you don't like blood, if you don't like seeing people getting shot, then I wouldn't suggest watching it. But one of the things I love about this movie is how artistic the fight scenes and things like that were. With action movies, I get very, very, very bored of people shooting and fighting, and like spy movies especially, if they're just like punching people for like 30 minutes, I'm so over it. I don't care. But Baby Driver definitely has a lot more plot than fighting, and every single gunshot and every single kick in the face and like all of those sounds are all in sync with the music that's playing, which makes it really fun to watch. I think that's why I was able to watch it 3 times as well. And since I am a massive music geek, I just loved it so much. Last on my list is the TV show Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is from the like late 90s, early 2000s-ish. It is about a mother and her child who the mother had when she was 16 years old, and now the child that she had is 16 and she's 32. It's all about their life and what happened along the way and what types of people they ended up being and their town and all the weird characters in their town. It's one of those really good cozy shows that you watch with a friend or with your family, which is exactly what I've been doing. It's also a really good show to binge because it's kind of like you don't really have to pay massive attention to it, so you can kind of like have it playing in the background. And the show is set in a small town, and obviously I live in a small town, so I just really relate to it, and I think that it's one of those extremely iconic TV shows for a reason, so you know. It's good. I like watching it. I watched about 50 episodes in like the past 2 weeks. So, you know, that is everything on my list, all donezo. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. As always, in the comments below, I'd love for you guys to tell me what your favorites have been in the past month. That way I can hopefully find some more favorites. I found the Japanese house because of you guys. I'm very grateful. You and I, we got similar taste. So I'd really appreciate if you helped me out in the discovering process, especially in the upcoming month, because this next month is gonna be crazy, guys. I'm releasing a single, I'm moving from my tiny town to Los Angeles, California. I'm starting school. I would love your help. And with that, I'm going to go. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in a few days with a brand new video. God bless and goodbye.